Border Barrels back again. Sorry we've been away for a couple of weeks. MIA, but we're back to do another beer showcase today. Unfortunately, my dad passed away a couple of weeks back, and I've been doing it a bit tough. So we thought we'd have some time off just so I wasn't mopey here on the side here. But anyway, we thought we'd make a comeback and have a few drinks today. But
we also didn't really feel right trying to pressure you to drink during those moments.
Well, and weirdly, I didn't really feel like it, but
because there was one we were going to come back last week and see where it goes. Maybe I'll just stand off to the side.
Yeah, but not like in shot.
No, but it's like you carry the pod, so if you're not here, then it's just...
It'd be like Gav in the Woolhouse episode we did with Murraytown. Where
Yeah.
he sat there with the dog.
Yeah. What was it? Comey? Oh no, it was
2012?
Coney 2012.
no. Stephen Comey, the FBI guy, but it was Trump when in the background when Hillary's speaking, that. You know that meme? Anyway, if you don't, whatever.
Sorry.
All I know is that mugshot picture of Trump.
Yeah,
where he's looked like his blue steel look.
And also how he listed himself as 6'3", 215.
Did he?
215.
But I thought the weird
in your ass.
the weirdest part about that was like what. Like, you just take his word for it. Like, if you're bringing him in, like, maybe weigh him and do it. I don't know. Why does that even matter?
If he's 215.
But yeah, we've had a few people reach out and say they've been missing the pod. So welcome back.
That's nice.
But yeah, that's where we've been. Yeah, a bit of a shame. But Dad, if you're up there listening, don't forget to like and subscribe the podcast.
Was he ever into craft beer at all? Could you have gotten him in the sun?
Did he listen to the pod?
Nah, he didn't listen. He didn't. He would have had a good go of it. Mum does. But he was into Tooths, KB. Like, was it Reg Reagan?
Yeah.
You know Reg Reagan, Matty Johns. It's not AFL, it's NRL. He did a character who was like in...
Like Strawny.
Yeah,
like
kind of.
Peter Elliott did Strawny. I think it was like that.
The ex-president? Reagan?
Yeah, Ronald Reagan.
Oh, Ronald
Yeah.
Reagan. See?
Gorbachev, break down this wall.
Was he the actor?
Yes, he was the actor. Where was I going with that? Who knows?
Your dad drinking a beer.
Oh, yeah, KB Tooth's Lager or something like that. And Reshes. He was a fan of Reshes for sure. And also, I was talking to a few of his banking mates at the funeral and that sort of thing. And they confirmed that... So when Dad was a banker, he used to go around stay like a month at a time from town to town. And he reckoned... He used to drink, I don't know, there must have only been middies back then, but he would drink 20 middies.
A day?
Reckoned. Well, it's sort of framed like that,
Or
but
like
that can't be
in
right.
the month.
No.
I'm getting real Wolf of Wall Street vibes.
Yeah,
This banking story.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, no, he was a bloody wild man. So anyway, that's where we've been. We're here again. It's Gratzy's turn to do a little brewery showcase. He's picked out someone cool. And
When was the last time you brought in beers? I can't even remember.
Oh yeah, which one?
Shore Brewing.
Was it Shore?
All those moons ago.
Yeah, that's right. A cold evening we did that. I'm pretty sure it was freezing.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, it was a night recording.
Sure to be sure.
But yeah, we got a beautiful, nearly spring day today, and
yesterday was good.
Now these beers are actually more designed for cooler weather. We've made it, of course, if we'd been able to do them when we could have, it might have been a bit cooler, but
okay. Well, Gratz, I'm sorry. Had a bit on, mate.
Thanks for inconveniencing us, Simon.
Maybe you should go stand to the side.
That's right.
Time out.
But anyway, today we've got from Brunswick in Melbourne, Co-Conspirators.
Ooh.
Now, you may be familiar with Co-Conspirators due to their eye-catching artwork, which I do have some information on about the artist.
Yeah, cool. That's
the way
good.
that it works. But I'll grab our first beer out.
From the little things like just that I've collected on the journey, information about Co-Conspirators, they're very much like, they remind me of what Murray Towns are doing. Like two couples started beer. You'll be able to give us more information, but two couples started making beer and used gypsy brewed for a while until they got their own joint.
Yeah, well, the future's bright then, if that's the case.
Absolutely. And if you can see that artwork, that's what a lot of it sort of looks like. The little animated characters, a lot of them have not quite the same way that Blackman's have like the people's names, but their most popular beer, which we'll also talk about, the Matriarch.
Yeah.
For example, so there's different names. So this one,
They've got characters.
yes, characters. So this first beer is actually called the Nightcrawler. Now, one theme for today, I mean, everyone knows we love our big juicy IPAs, but this is going to be a very malt-driven podcast.
Oh, man.
Which which came back to what I was saying, like the cooler weather and the malty beers, but that's okay. It's still a nice little breeze outside, so we'll be fine.
We've still got jumpers on.
Whoa, the
Except for
beanie.
Simon.
The Nightcrawler. This is a dark lager, 4.5% ABV. The Nightcrawler may have a dark heart, but it's all for show, so don't be scared. A coffee crema head sits atop a dark and mysterious liquid with ruby red highlights. Crema. Aromas of rich dark chocolate and toast invite you in, followed by a medium body, slight caramel, toast, and a moreish lingering dark chocolate finish.
Okay.
Malt, Pilsner, Munich, Cara Munich, and Cafara 2, hops, SARS.
They were just a bunch of words. weren't they?
Nosferatu.
Yeah.
Lots of toast.
Nosferatu. Oh, he looks like Nosferatu. Is that why you said it?
No, didn't you say Cosferatu or something? Towards the end?
Cara Munich,
No.
toast,
Oh, what's that?
See, that's what I mean. There are a bunch of...
Carafa.
Carafa.
Carafa 2.
Yeah, that's it.
that
There
what
you
it
go.
is?
Carafa 2.
Oh, here we go.
Nosferatu.
2023 Beer Awards. Best Amber Dark Lager. The
Now,
Melbourne Royal
Did it win
Trophy.
gold or did it
It
win
won-
podium or did it win...
Yeah, now listen, I've been a bit vocal about these beer awards. I haven't looked into that yet, but I am skeptical. Not saying it's not undeserving, but
I can confirm it's gold.
every beer wins some sort of award. Like, I just don't know how every beer wins all the awards.
Yeah,
like-
it's a bit participation.
No, it's like footy. You kick it
trophy-ish,
behind, you
isn't
still
it?
get a score.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's all right, but it's good to highlight them anyway.
If you want to pour those, Hutto,
Okay.
I'll just start. Well, you're usually the pourer. However,
If you could just pour those. Pull it up, Jamie.
I'll dive into a bit of
Pull that up,
information, a bit of history. So, as you guys mentioned, two couples. So, the brainchild of two couples, Jackie Sacco, Tim Martin, and former paramedics, Maggie and Dion Smith. The origins of Co-Conspirators Brewing Company started off as a hobby, but quickly became an obsession. They met at the Merry Mashers Homebrew Club through the great conduit of craft beer. Along the way, they educated their palates by exploring local and international craft beers of every style and challenging themselves to recreate their favourites. As the confidence grew and mixed with a healthy dose of curiosity, this was soon replaced with building their own recipes. At the same time, brewing started to take over the houses with simple beer kits brewed on the kitchen sink, turning into full-blown all-grain homebrew setups that took over the entire garage. So we'll have a little bit more information as we go on. That's just off their website as well. So
Yeah,
they've got a
that's
pretty
I was
nice,
going to say,
attractive
if
looking
you had
website.
have written that, then they might need to employ you.
Yeah. Can I just say, we're just looking at their website, and you obviously can't see it at the moment, but check it out.
It's fun.
It's fun, but isn't that weird? So why is it fun?
Well, just because it's basic, but it's all there. It's
And
easy to find. I know where it is.
Yeah, and also
it's very
I like
linear.
I like that the beers are on a slight angle. For
Oh,
some
you
reason,
never
that makes
see anywhere else.
It makes a massive difference. Anyway, whatever. Good on yous.
Good on you.
Good on yous. Hey.
Smells
So
like
what's
a dark
this?
lager.
Okay, dark lager. All right.
Rich dark chocolate
I
and
think
toast.
I think I only just learnt what a dark lager was after that. We had a Hargraves Hill one.
Also, the dark ale our friends at Mountain Monk did, which we thought was probably the most underrated beer of the day.
Oh no, that was my favourite. In fact.
Well, there you go.
And this is probably shout out
good.
to Mountain Monk. This is probably similar.
Probably.
Very similar. Very delicious.
I'd love to say it is, but if I'm honest, I probably can't remember.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The
I
dark
really
lager,
remember.
the dark lager from Mountain Monk was a bit more chocolatey. That's what I liked. It reminded me of a time White Rabbit Dark.
Yes, that's
Ale.
correct.
Yes.
Now, the really good thing about Co-Conspirators is you could be mistaken for believing that our Border Barrels rating system was actually devised for a brewery like them.
Yeah.
Cool can art, really awesome. Blurb.
How much was the beer?
It's been a while. We might actually have to do a little Google on the some of the sites.
Yeah, inflation. It might be more now.
Yeah, maybe a little bit more.
If I Google Nightcrawler, 95% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Great film.
Oh,
too.
it is. It is. I love bloody Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
Is it Gyllenhaal or Gyllenhaal?
Well, that's one for the listeners to let us
Nosferatu.
know.
Cara Munich.
Co-Conspirators.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah. What do we got?
105. I assume that's the price of 16. Yes. Single from their website.
Single from their website.
$8 dues.
Right. Stop everything.
That's fantastic.
Yes, thank you. Everyone else needs to do singles from their website because I'm not going to buy just one. Don't worry. But mix 4-pack, mix 6, all that sort of stuff because, these craft beers are, they can be expensive and they're big beers and you wouldn't necessarily drink a 6-pack. So it's awesome that you Co-Conspirators offer singles.
Well, I think I've mentioned a few times that, I rarely buy multiples of any beer.
Yeah.
So it's good to have the singles as an option because, I've gone to a website and it's like 4-pack. It's like, I'll take my business elsewhere.
Yeah, because
that's a lot to commit to a beer that's
may not
traditionally more expensive, like you said, as a craft beer, and the possibility that it's not good. Like, it is rare that they're not good, but I'm a simple man that makes a simple amount of money.
But it's probably good feedback though, because I don't think, I'm sure if we asked what reason XYZ brewery does it just in 4-packs, it'd be like, oh, I don't know, I didn't think anyone was interested, or it might be more work, I don't know. But good on you.
Did we mention as well 440ml can, 1.6 standard drinks for the dark lager. I can't get the, as you said, on the Mountain Monk. There is a similarity there. Maybe not the same, exact same richness of the. Oh no!
Oh, buddy, it's all right. Hey.
That burp was so deep, and I didn't want to be so loud. Just first pod back.
It's one of those.
So it came out your eyes.
It came out my eyes.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's first pod back. I've got to last more than, 11 minutes before I burp.
If you had done that at the start when Simmo was talking about his dearly departed dad, that would have been better timing.
Yeah, just a big
It did
burp.
look like you were crying.
Oh, yes,
So,
I see.
Oh.
Yeah. But
I have to say, this...
Okay, say it.
Okay, I bloody will. No, this is really good.
It is good.
I would... So... If you said dark lager, I've been surprised by a couple of dark lagers.
Yeah.
Do you want one? It's like, yeah.
I do now. I used to be like,
Yeah.
Well,
anyway.
let me...
Because I think a few ones that I'd had previously that might not necessarily be on the border barrel system, but they're a little bit thin. I'm not sure. But this is like a lager with a bit of...
Can I tell you which one changed it for me? And this
You
is
can.
a shout out to
I'll allow it.
one of our local legends, really. A couple of years ago, having the Midder Cafe Lager.
Oh, that's sensational.
Because at the time I thought, how do you mix things with a lager? This is when we're a little bit more ignorant.
Yeah.
And it worked. And now...
Which one was this, sorry?
The coffee lager from Midder.
The Midder and Platform 9. Yeah, it's delicious.
Yeah,
and they
it
did it in
is.
Nitro this year.
Yeah. Do they... Oh, nitro. So that means it's in a can now.
Yeah.
Because they just used to have bottles.
Yeah.
Good move.
So we haven't... This is our first dark lager on the pod.
Is it?
Apparently. We did have Eggster, which is the dark ale, chocolate ale, and we had the off-pod, but we did review it, the Naughty Schwartz beer from Hargraves Hill and Naut Distilling. Got a decent score on the Border Barrels beer review system, a 20.08 average from the three of us out of 25.
That's good.
And if you go Untappd, where were we at? Don't know. Probably could tell you if I wanted. You gave it a 3.5, Simon. Zach a 3.5. I gave it a 4.
Was that 4?
Pho.
Okay.
No, like the is it Vietnamese soup-based dish? Pho.
Oh.
Yeah.
Pho.
Didn't know you'd been to Vietnam.
No, I haven't. But they it's sometimes like in multicultural societies like ours, they tend to bring their food from
Yes,
other countries
they
in.
do.
No, that's true. But like in that case, have you tried it? And where can I get it?
No, I haven't tried it.
Rise Espresso.
Rise Espresso.
They have that's a bloody deal of the day. They've had that recently.
Is there a Vietnamese restaurant in?
Yeah, the
on the
Vietnamese
border?
guy.
Oh, yeah. So, I've got a bone to pick with the Vietnamese guy. I haven't been there yet, but I've...
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not...
He's just trying to exist, Hudson.
But it's not about the food
I see.
quality or anything. But I've gone onto Menu Log to be like, what's the food? No pictures. I'm not familiar enough with Vietnamese cuisine to not have pictures. I
like
need
sample
pictures.
size and stuff like.
Well, one, sample, like how big's the food.
Yeah,
Two,
portions.
I don't know 50% of the words that are on there because they're not ingredients that come up in my cooking, which I don't do much of. So I need pictures. As I mentioned, I'm a simple man.
Yeah.
Entice me with pictures.
But that's constructive.
Yeah.
That's constructive.
I'm not going to
criticism.
say anything about the food. I haven't had it yet.
I thought it was going to be.
I just need a picture of it.
I thought it was going to be the classic. It's open 9 till 3 situation. But anyway, that's a story for another time.
That's many other businesses that I won't mention.
Just to finish off a little bit of the info
Yes.
with these guys, or the
Yes.
introduction. After enjoying the success of winning several home brew competitions, they were given the exciting opportunity to rebrew beloved recipes on a commercial scale. After seeing the beers being enjoyed in the hands of the public, the seed grain was planted, and over a celebratory pint, it was decided starting our own brewing company.
Yeah, that's
known
cool.
as
It is.
Co-Conspirators. And
Yeah.
the first beer launched by the group was a West Coast IPA late in 2016.
Yeah, cool.
We like our year of origin. So yeah, good year 2016.
I just got the name.
Co-Conspirators.
Yeah. Sorry, you probably explained it, but I just got the name. The two couples co-conspired to.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was probably obvious.
But as well, it's
Hey.
like all the characters kind of lend themselves to what you would like if you were to define like a conspirator. It'd be like
Yeah,
not,
that
not
too,
someone
yeah.
like someone that would like like the activist, the agent.
Yeah.
just looking at him, the architect, the bandit, the associates.
Yes.
like they're all characters in Ocean's 12.
Yeah, it's cool. I really like that angle, and it would be easy. I don't
Of
know.
the beer in the photos. Or the
Don the sash.
no, don't do that.
And it would be easy to I don't know, double these. It'd be fun to double these.
Yeah.
Like beers, but also the character.
Yeah.
To double down on all of a sudden this dude's got fangs or something. I don't know.
Oh, like a stronger version.
It is,
Yeah.
like the double dark lager is Nosferatu.
Yeah. But they're doing a remake of that. That's a 1930s vampire horror flick for anyone who isn't aware.
Thank you, I was not.
And if you go, if you go on YouTube and watch even samples of it, because of the fact it's the 1930s, it is more frightening than any modern horror movie you may have seen.
I can't handle any.
Really?
No.
It just
I
looks-
always find that when I look at older
Oh, there we go.
horror movies, it's like, who thought this was scary?
No, but because so that's obviously not the 1930s.
No,
cast.
this
I know
is the
Willem Dafoe looks
2024
old,
cast. I know all
but
of
tell
them.
everyone.
What?
Bill Skarsgård, Anna Taylor-Joy,
Anya Taylor-Joy.
sorry, Lily Rose Depp,
Anya.
Nicholas Hoult,
Anya Taylor.
Willem Dafoe, Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Of course, Willem Dafoe.
Emma Corrin.
Sorry, I don't know.
I don't know Emma.
I'm sorry. Oh, very good. What else? What do you got? What do you got in your little magic bag over there, huh?
Speaking of bags.
What have you got in your...
We mentioned the Bandit. We've got the Bandit.
what's that? Something cookie something, is it?
The Bandita. No, that's
It looks like it would be.
That's
but
money.
No, sorry, Simon. This is the one we're going to test you on. But
Okay.
Can I look at the photo? Is it who's the old fella that passed away recently that had the car in that show?
Yes. Boss Hog.
Nah, it was the original. Who Ben Stiller did it with Owen Wilson, and then but it was a TV show before that.
Starsky and Hutch.
Yeah, who's that? Who is the old guy that passed away recently in
What
the
are we talking
movies?
It's definitely not Boss Hog. not the original.
If you Google the Bandit, it's
that's so annoying.
something in the Bandit, Smokey and the Bandit.
The dude with the mustache.
Yeah, Smokey and the Bandit. Surely that's something.
What's his bloody name?
Bill. Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds.
That's Burt Reynolds.
I looked up Burt
Bill
Reynolds.
was my father.
Jesus Christ,
he
that took
dead?
a long time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
he
did.
died.
Did he?
Yeah.
He's the type of bloke that would
Oh, he did too in 2018.
you would
Yeah.
expect would just live forever, like that guy, and you'd just accept it.
Oh, Burt. He does look like Burt Reynolds.
Why'd you say it like, God damn it, Bert? Why
Bert.
did you? Bert, how could you?
The Bandit, Red IPA. The Bandit's at large and on the run, headed eastbound and down on interstate transit in the
Hey?
Trans AM, illegal cargo in tow. A truckload of beer barreling towards the border. The CB reading loud and clear as he escapes both law and order. This big, bold Red IPA is a worthy pursuit. Chewy caramel, cola, pine and marmalade flavours to boot. While his red-hot Pontiac purrs across the pavement and the sky's blazingly sunny, he's in this for the money, the glory and the fun. But mostly for the money. Hops, cashmere, amarillo, and mosaic. This will be interesting.
Kit bag sweat.
Malt, pale, crystal, shepherd's delight. That's the best name for a malt.
Yeah, how
I've ever
good.
heard. Munich, redback, Nosferatu. Also known as Caferatu.
That's funnier now that I understand the joke.
Nosferatu.
Yeah, because I was like, where did you...
Why is he making up words?
Alrighty. Now, full disclosure, I've had
Thanks
this
for
beer
opening
before.
that for me.
That's okay. Now, tilt it like in the pictures.
Tilt it like in the picture.
So I mentioned the West Coast IPA was the first release in 2016.
Did that have a character, did you say? Or was it just the West Coast IPA?
Might be able to find
Ooh.
information on that, but I don't have the information at hand here. 5 years after launching the brand, the group opened their first tap room. The soaring warehouse and smallish rear courtyard is licensed for 195 people. This is in Brunswick too, which we did mention.
Yep.
24 taps pour the brand's numerous hop-driven beers. And I don't know how old this information is, but they also pour sours, stouts, bodriggy hard seltzer, and noisy ritual wines. Past highlights include a 3.5% ABV Saison, the Wheelman, a vibrant raspberry sour, and the Matriarch, which is one of the earliest and best hazy IPAs NEPAs in the country.
Yes.
Local Italian cafe Small Axe supplies charcuterie boxes, and pizza can be delivered from vegan-friendly spot Green Acre. However, on their website, they've got a little blurb that says, beer and food always go well together. We have a selection of our pies and sausage rolls from our friends at Pie Thief from Footscray. So I don't know if the local Italian cafe still supplies the charcuterie boxes and the pizzas from the vegan shop, or if they have sausage rolls.
I thought they were all those tastes were in the beer.
Yeah.
I have to say this is really nice, and I'll tell you why it's nice for me. Smelling it, it smells like a juicy IPA. So I think it's you said Mosaic was in there, didn't you? I think that's what I'm getting.
That's the best cashmere beer I've ever had.
Yep.
Yeah, it is. Yep. And it is malty, but looking at it, it's not super red. I don't know.
No.
It's really nice.
I'm not getting the caramel like usually with the Red IPA, but I'm definitely getting a bit of the cola and the marmalade.
Yeah, and it doesn't. What's the percentage?
7.1.
Yeah, it doesn't taste like a 7.1. That's good. That's awesome.
I've never heard you say that about this style of beer, so that's
No, I really like that, but I don't think any of the others, and I would have to look. I think everything from the scent to the taste obviously does it, but like I was pretty excited about this because I could smell the Mosaic or something bloody juicy anyway, and I think it's just lightened it a little bit. It's nice.
These beers always have a real depth of flavour, as we've mentioned, but this one, it's got the depth of the flavour, but it's a lot lighter in its execution once it hits the palate.
Well, I've got a big call about it. I'll have the third one and just let you know what that big call is. Okay. But I'm sort of less surprised. So as advertised, it gets a pretty high score because when you said marmalade, like marmalade is much lighter than toffee, for example, which toffee's not mentioned, but usually mentioned in a red IPA. So caramel and marmalade, it's like, okay, yeah, I get that. Yeah, bloody well done.
How much did you find the price for this beer, Hudson?
As always, I Googled and went with the first results, which was from Mr. West, $11.
Nice. These all were purchased from the Lane Cellars, I need to point out as well.
Very good.
Okay, I could probably get that price from the Lane Cellars then, having known that information, but I do not care to find it.
That's all good.
That's reasonable. I should have mentioned earlier. That was my mistake.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. I've been surprised 2 in a row.
2 in a row.
2 in a row.
Well, this is part of the
Siddle's on a hat trick. 2 in a row.
Oh, good.
Not yet, he isn't. Shut up. Jesus.
Peter Siddle's got a hat trick on his birthday.
Not yet, he hasn't. Oh, well, who was that?
I was going to say who was that?
Oh, what's his name?
And Nicholas.
Mark Nicholas.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He had a good voice though, didn't he?
Probably still
Except
does.
still the...
Probably still does.
Oh, yeah, but I don't think does he commentate anymore?
I probably don't watch enough cricket to
I
make
think
a
he
comment
retired in shame after the greatest ever commentary faux pas in the history.
Oh, give it to us. What happened?
So the camera panned to some people in the crowd playing cricket, which were quite clearly a couple of dwarves. So they were clearly adults that were dwarves.
Yeah.
Mark Nicholas just glanced at, obviously, the screen and just went, oh, well, it's good to start young. And then this guy rips in this bloody Yorker And he goes, "Oh, I like that." And then the camera pans away because I've realised, oh my God, he thinks they're children.
Oh, I see. That's a bugger. Yeah, well, there you go. I have to say that the commentary team is just not like I grew. I grew up in the golden era of cricket. I really did. I was very lucky. Like from the commentary team to the players is awesome. Anyway.
Certainly the cricketers have gone downhill as well. Like I feel like I just don't care anymore.
Well,
like,
I think
the days of like Glenn McGrath and the like.
I really think 2020 has changed the game, and I don't know if it's for the better. I don't. I'm a.
You mean T20 too, don't you? You mean T20?
Oh, what did I say? 2020.
No, you said 2020,
but
which
that's
is correct. But
when people say 2020
you meant
changed
the
things.
year.
Oh, yes. T20.
I was like, I didn't think COVID impacted it that much.
Oh, sorry. Yep. Gotcha.
But
Lost
yeah,
hold.
T20s, don't like it.
Big Bash's a bit of fun.
Yeah, Big Bash.
Oh, like
It's
as
like
a domestic comp.
Like it's fine if it's on in the background, but if you're like, oh, let's all go around and watch the Stars Renegades, it's like, nah.
I don't care for T20
really
internationals that much.
Yeah, they're pointless.
I much prefer tests, and I grew up with one dayers. So
and then like I enjoyed the one days, but now it's like, well, why would I watch short form when I can just watch the shorter form?
Yeah.
So now there's the 100.
What?
Yeah, no.
What's that?
100
Isn't
balls.
that TV show with Andy Lee?
I think that is one. But yeah, no, there's like another shortened form of cricket, 100 deliveries, and you bowl 5 balls in an over, all that sort of.
Okay.
Yeah, it's getting shorter and shorter. Anyway. I got a bit of information about from Untappd about the co-conspirators, about their highest rated beer and the most check-ins, which I thought was quite interesting.
No, that's a good shout.
So the highest rated beer is which unsurprising, it's always a stout, the Berserker Russian Imperial Stout, 12.5%, with a universal rating of 4.25.
Yeah, right.
What's the correlation between like stouts always being the highest rated?
Is it because they're always really strong, so you start drinking it and you're like, this is awesome?
Maybe. That's one thing I was thinking of. But I think as well, since stouts are usually higher percentages, like they're just, when you get like, so that Mountain Culture tipper I was tasting, like tipper's always good as well because they're just full of just flavour and then it's delicious, they're smooth, a little bit thick, like it's a different thing. Yeah. It's a completely different thing to a Great Northern, that sort of thing. So
yeah, especially a 500ml can.
Absolutely. See you later.
I've still got that in the fridge. I'm too scared to drink it.
Yeah. Oh, gee. I've got a beer for you, by the way, Gratz.
Oh, thank you.
That's pretty crazy, just looking at that Berserker. The barrel that it was aged in was Pedro Jimenez brandy cask that was from the bodegas of Spain in 1930.
Okay.
It was later obtained by Lane and sent out on the world's oceans to mature the age-old Nordic spiced spirit aquavit. If it's that exact barrel, that's pretty cool.
And
is that just the history of barrels?
I thought that was a Carwin logo.
Yeah, conspired together with Carwin.
Oh, there you go.
And also, just for I sort of tuned out for a moment, but I am back. Berserker is normally. Do you know what a Berserker is?
It's a Marvel character.
I know it was a grindcore band from Melbourne.
It is an ancient Norse warrior who fought with wild or uncontrolled ferocity. So it sounds like that stout. So that's pretty cool.
The pictures are good. Oh, is that a
big
bear
guy
Berserker?
in a bear thing.
How do we know that that's what they look like?
Oh, do you know the crate? Like, sorry, yeah.
Are you going to talk about dinosaurs?
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you tell me that?
I think, yeah.
That there was like, there's no proof that dinosaurs roared. Like, so they're saying that dinosaurs might never have roared.
Yeah, not to say that they didn't, but
no one recorded it.
Yeah,
no one heard it.
Wouldn't that
They all
be
sounded
weird?
like Rodney Dangerfield.
They're all just like,
hi.
They sounded like that turtle humping that shoe. Anyway, sorry, sound like that. With that noise, that's fantastic.
Yeah, sorry, Gratz. Sorry.
No, that's all right. And the most check-ins, the matriarch, which shouldn't be a surprise. But what I found that was quite interesting, 5,166 check-ins for the matriarch. The next best is which I think is their core range Red IPA, called the Butcher. 2,228. So more than double check-ins.
Yeah,
from first to second.
Yeah, I would have to say if I've seen one on tap, it is the Matriarch. Though,
And if you haven't had the Matriarch, I can recommend it highly as a great beer, but also 5,166 check-ins for a 3.95 average.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Which is very strong.
But yeah, I think as well for the Matriarch is it went quite well in Gabs the first year that it was nominated. I don't want to... Matriarch.
Should be from 2016 onward, you'd think.
So 2017 it was released and it finished 40th.
Oh,
yeah.
There you go.
So like if you've
done well to get that information so quickly.
So 2017 it finished 40th and then in 2018 63rd, and they're the only times co-conspirators have been in the hottest 100 apparently.
Oh, they deserve better than that.
Unless they change their name and it's...
Well,
No.
I think as well, there's a direct correlation, or maybe not direct correlation, but there is a correlation between the brand getting behind it and marketing it and where it does finish. We can see it's mountain culture last year and that sort of thing. But I feel they could really, if they got around the Matriarch a little bit more, it'd get up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Righto. What do we got?
Trio of beers.
Trio of
got
dips.
another cool can up. The Barber, Baltic Porter.
The Barber.
To shave a face requires some grace, and the Barber will make your bristle clean like a whistle. In her shop, there's no appointment needed. Just ask for a close shave and your expectations will be exceeded. This porter is the perfect pairing for a short back and sides. A slick black beer that slides down your freshly razored throat.
Okay, all right.
He'll go race it down someone's throat. Chocolate, coffee, and biscuit toastiness fade into a restrained roastiness, complete with a bitter finish that's cleaner than the Barber's strop. Hops, Chinook. Malt, Pale Ale, Munich, Nosferatu, Crystal, and Chocolate.
Okay, all right. Let's bloody get it going. How good?
Looks like it'd be an ice cream beer, doesn't it?
Yeah, because I think traditionally
Barbers.
the Barber candy stripe situation they normally have, it's normally red, white, and blue, I think.
I'm the bartender that always has to open the drink for you.
Yeah. Well, that's a legal
We're
requirement,
at the footy.
I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't. It doesn't become a missile.
Isn't that stupid that's why they do it? It's like, yeah, so...
But every rule is because someone's ruined it previously.
No, like imagine that guy that just went, oh, well, whoosh. What an idiot.
Pay good money for that and then just threw it.
Yeah, well, that's right.
Yeah, that's the craziest thing at like sporting venues is not like that's crazy that you would be like, I'm going to throw this at someone, but also you just paid $15 for that mid-strength.
Yeah.
Cherish it.
Yeah. This looks good. Good.
Cherish it.
Also, probably a little note there. Good head on it for a small glass pour. Well done.
Good head, Hudson.
Now,
Yeah,
Thanks,
good
son.
head.
before we
Love
get
the
into
beard.
it, before we get into the tasting, no, please by all means have a sip. But I'll just mention we talked about the can up.
Don't.
No, go for it. It's fine.
like having dinner with the family. It's like you can't eat till everyone's sat down.
That's it.
No, please sip. We'll discuss after. I'll just mention the artist for the can art,
Thanks
which
for
we really
allowing.
enjoy. Clint Weaver. Now, I'd have to think that he has done it the entire time because the artwork has remained consistent from their first releases. His series of character-focused artworks have turned many a bottle store fridge into a pseudo-gallery since 2017 with their cartoonish, often subtly menacing pop culture charms. The front of the cans don't even need to mention the brewing company's name, as Clint's consistent artwork weaves the story for them.
That's true.
As the brewery have said, he brings our beer to life.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the person who wrote this did a fantastic... I think it was Beer and Brewer that actually did this article. Did a fantastic job because, of course, he had to mention that he weaved the story for them when his last name was Weaver. It was very, very nicely done.
Journalists are clever like that.
It's almost like they did a uni degree on how to write.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot these days that you got to question it.
Oh,
Yeah, but they're not real
absolutely.
journalists.
Like, so
Any sports media and like just 10% are good.
I'm just
and
gonna
that's a stretch.
I'm just going to say news.com.au. I love it when they're trying to get a story out really quick and they've written the dot points and then they've filled them out, and they've left a couple of dot points.
Yeah.
And then, it's like they forgot to go back to it. First reaction, this is even more like the Mountain Monk dark lager and even more like the White Rabbit Dark Ale. This is delicious.
It's a bit more chocolatey.
Yep.
Yeah, a couple of sips.
Now, sorry, you might have gone over it. What's the Baltic part? What makes it
Isn't
a Baltic?
that a geographical area? The Baltic Sea. There's
Baltic
countries that share shorelines of the Baltic Sea.
So
Is it just a cute way
such
to say
as
Russian?
Denmark, Estonia, Finland, Germany, Latvia, Lithuania, Poland, Russia, and Sweden. So traditionally cold countries is what I'm noticing.
Surely it's just a cute way of... It's not quite a Russian imperial.
I
so
wouldn't
it's-
say that. Just I know people in the area of Eastern Europe and Northern Europe tend to be very particular about what their terminology used is. So I'll just go with the Wikipedia page.
No, that's
not,
fine.
Not expand or...
No, sorry. In reference to the beer. Like you would say a Russian Imperial Stout, this isn't that. It's only a 6.5% porter. So are they sort of, because of the region and Russia being included in that region, which I saw, is it perhaps a cute way of just referencing the name?
I've got cold fermented and cold lagered, which helps preserve their clean and complex flavours.
Oh, maybe it's actually more scientific.
Because I thought it was, I thought it might be a stylistic thing, and that might be the case. What did you get anything more?
Baltic Porter is a version of Imperial Stout, but the difference being that Imperial Stouts were brewed in Britain and exported to, and at the higher, as we know, the higher ABV made sure that it didn't freeze on its way to Russia, hence the Russian Imperial Stout. The difference being with the Baltic Porters is that they are a recreation of Imperial Stouts brewed locally using local ingredients and brewing traditions. So Baltic Porter traditionally is brewed in the Baltic region, whereas like a Russian Imperial Stout is traditionally brewed in Britain and then exported.
Yeah, that's like the...
But the Baltic Porter is their version.
Yep.
Essentially, like they tried to recreate it.
Well, do you want my hot take now?
Sure.
Okay, so there's a negative and then there's a positive. So in the past, I've had some Co-Conspirators beers in the cans, and I think they may have had like some oxidation issues. I've tasted them like, this is not how it should taste, but those ones have had sort of stone fruit in them as well, so sometimes I don't like stone fruit. But these three, as far as consistency and that sort of stuff, these are top notch. These are the best three I've had. Yep, by far, I reckon. And we tried
that it's a malt-driven focus as opposed to a hop-driven one.
Yep. As I said at the start, there was some sort of grown. I've really, really enjoyed these, and this is my favourite by far because it is the taste is really there. It's delicious. Well done. And that means a lot coming from me because
it does.
I don't know why it doesn't, but anyway, well done.
No, thank you, Co-Conspirators. These beers, and we've got somebody we know who has a link to Co-Conspirators. And
we do.
We've got to talk to her again about exactly what that. I've asked her, but it's so I couldn't put it together.
They know them somehow. They know someone.
We got to
do I know
up
them?
with these guys as well.
No. Oh yeah, you do. Anyway.
Just a friend of ours that happens to have a friend that works for Co-Conspirators. So maybe we need to look into that relationship with
Maybe we could conspire to find that out. Anything else, Gratz?
That was all the information that I had on them, but I can highly recommend it. And it's actually quite interesting. We'd usually say we recommend the beers that we've had on the podcast, which we do, but the Matriarch in particular, highly recommended. They've just released, I think, the double Matriarch.
Yeah, I think it's
around 8%.
Yep, that would be good.
I think it's a double Nipah.
So I just asked Gratz, and like, no pressure, you might not know. So the 440ml cans, is this a new thing? Are they doing them all in 440s now?
So I thought I'd had 375s from them before.
I've only had 375s.
Yeah. Maybe their core range is in 375?
Maybe, not too sure, but that's what I sort of thought. But anyway, that was a nice surprise.
I believe that these are all limited brews. Because I've had it was probably the Butcher actually, the Red IPA. The first time I had the Matriarch as well, I'm certain it was a 375. So
yeah.
Do we get a price for that beer as well, Hudson?
Oh yeah, I got out of it. Shit.
Oh, I gave it a score. I think because I just liked it. See, that's a value thing. The value trap in the system.
What was it called again?
It is the Barber. So you had looked it up.
Yeah, I got it for myself, but then I didn't say it.
And then
single, $125. Bargain.
That is a bargain. You're right.
$9.
No, oh, jeez.
$9.
Yeah,
I was
that's
going
right.
to say it in another way. Luckily, I
No.
reined it in.
All good, all good. Well, have we got anything else? Any comments? What's going on? What's going on in our lives?
Well,
I was reading
sorry,
that.
we used to do beer news. Not necessarily beer news, but more just awareness of the industry and things that can happen. But friends at Tumut River, friends of ours, obviously Murraytown's doing some brewing for those guys, but they're doing a bit tough there. So I think they've got a little, not a GoFundMe per se, but
Pie Drive.
they're doing a little bit of a pie drive. They're doing a they wanted to give something back, so I think you can get like a shirt and a beer if you actually donate money. But they're a bit in the hole at the moment from a bunch of different reasons. So COVID and bushfires, and then construction works that have been going on and on around the brew pub there. So yeah, if you see anything from those guys, maybe just buy them. I mean, I've gone on about the West Coast IPA being one of my favourite versions of that style for a long time. So they do some pretty cool limited stuff as well.
Yeah,
So.
I haven't been, but it looks like a pretty cool spot there. I believe they do some pizzas. So that'd be good as well. But yeah, hopefully they do all right. It was really interesting. I think it's a posable or something campaign. Not posable, not opposable, but I did say it in that way. I think it's like 10 grand, and you can brew a beer with them that they will rebrew, and you get it was some really cool things. It was some really unique experiences there. So if you've got money to burn, maybe put it in there. But yeah, I hope that all goes all G.
Because they're not quite like, I mean, we sort of spread our wings to the local legends pretty far, but I mean, they're probably as far as we'd go. But you know, they've got their claws in a few of the spots around here, and we can get their beers pretty easily locally. Yep. And as we said with Murraytowns, Murraytowns were having their beers brewed out of there before they opened their own venues. So yeah, so if you see anything from those guys, please by all means jump on. That'd be pretty good.
Well, the ratings are in. Do we normally do this? Do you normally say what they are or not?
No, but I can.
Yeah, what do you reckon? How do we go?
So I'm just going to give you Border Barrels because I haven't updated the Untappd one yet. But so our favourite of the day as a group was the Barber Baltic Porter.
Yeah,
coming in at 21.33, which makes it 12th on the leaderboard.
Yeah, it's good.
Tying it with Bearded Seal Nordic Hazy IPA from Shapeshifter as well, those three there. And then next we have the Bandit Red IPA coming in at 18th with a 21.17, so that ties it with Some Velvet Evening from Sunday Road. And then last but certainly not least, if we can find it, my eyes are not working, the Nightcrawler Dark Lager coming in at 39th.
Yeah, cool.
20.25, so that sits it with One Drop's Piehead, One Drop's High Grade IPA, and Shaw Brewing's 100% Dynamite.
How many beers are we up to now?
We are currently
judge that rating of 38.
We have had 69. Yeah.
Very good. Just a few things before we go. So, as mentioned earlier, which was a joke in poor taste, but I'm the only one who can make it in these circumstances. But like and subscribe our YouTube channel. That it would really help us. Hutto's redone the website. It looks pretty cool. It's a lot. It's very easy to navigate. There's past pod episodes. There's the ratings. There's beer of the week. Well, I don't know if featured beer.
No,
I think
featured beer. So it's for every page that you go on, the featured beer will change. It'll always update, but it's only out of the beers that we've reviewed on the pod.
Yeah, so if you want to catch up on those, have a bit of a look. But he's pretty clever because bloody I couldn't do any of that. So very good. So give that a look-see. Whose turn is it next week?
Your sign.
Ooh, actually, we might have a double sign episode next week because we've got a little. We had something that's been dropped off to us recently, which is pretty special as well. Which we might do
a few things.
We should probably apologise.
to
them.
No, we certainly will.
Well, whilst we're recording, we'll also do our apology tour.
Yes, yes. Anyway, very good. All right, well, we'll leave it at that. Border Barrels signing out. Catch you next week.
Drinking ice.
Hopefully.